this video is supposed to be a November reset. I have this split up typically in 5 categories. I think it's totally doable. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Sarah Jane and I'm a PR practitioner living in DC, and I make a lot of content on reading, writing, and life in DC. So if that sort of content interests you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps support my channel. I feel like I haven't made a video in forever, and that's because I haven't. It's been over a month, which is really unlike me. I really enjoy making YouTube videos. I've been doing this for a really long time and it brings me genuine joy. So before I get into this video, which is going to be a November reset, I wanted just to kind of share where I've been, because especially the month of October, which is my favorite month in the entire year, I just sort of disappeared. Honestly, it goes back to work. There were some personnel changes in my office which sort of caused me to kind of cover down on things that needed to happen. So my responsibilities increased, including like the things that I needed to get done. So because of that, I have felt honestly very overworked the last like 6 weeks to 2 months or so, and it's just been a lot for me. And when my life becomes out of balance, because I view my life as a balance of like fun, work, and family. So if one increases, something else has to kind of decrease to sort of like rebalance everything. So in this particular instance, my creativity had to go down because I was not willing to sacrifice like my time with my family and friends. So that's sort of where I've been. I haven't really made any content on really anything. The most active thing I've probably been on is my Instagram. So if you're not following me there, you should. I stopped reading as much as well, which is like a huge indicator. I always tell folks, like, you can always tell if you haven't talked to me in a while but you're wondering where I've been. I am probably stressed if I haven't been making content, because creativity and like YouTube, reading, you know, social media, those are my creative outlets. So if I'm not being active on them, something else is going on in my life which is causing me to not focus on it. So yeah, so I haven't been making content. I haven't been reading, which is crazy because this is my favorite time of the year to read, but I'm hoping things will kind of calm down. Honestly, after this next week, I am leading a event at work, which is really taking up a lot of my time. And I think after that event is over, I can kind of chill, especially going into the holidays. So I'm really hoping to get back into it. So that's sort of where I've been, and I just kind of wanted to give that disclaimer up front, because if you guys have been here for a while, that's just really unlike me to not make content for that kind of period of time. So this video is supposed to be a November reset, so that means we need to get into all the goals. I haven't done this in forever, so just bear with me. So normally I start these videos by reflecting on the previous month. I did not do an October reset with everything going on, so we're just gonna jump into November. I have this split up typically in 5 categories. So I have health and wellness, social media, finance, relationships, and reading. So getting into health and wellness, my first one is to run at least 4 miles a week. I was running so much in the summer, and I think it was so great for my mental health, and I think November is going to get a little bit chillier before it gets too cold to really run outside, but I really want to get outside and run as much as possible. I think it's a really great way for me to like decompress from life, so I want to do that. And then I want to maintain a healthy eating routine. I finally found something that kind of works for me. So like I found a breakfast that's really great for me, and dinner, we've been making a lot more dinners. We used to use HelloFresh, and that just wasn't working for us anymore after a couple years, so we found some alternatives. But I always struggled with lunch. I found the Dense Bean Salad Girl on TikTok, and her recipes have been amazing, and I've been eating those for lunch and I love it. And so I want to continue doing those moving forward, because those are affordable, they're healthy, and they're very fulfilling. Okay, for social media, I want to post on YouTube 1 time a week. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm really gonna make it a goal to do that, because once again, I really want to get my creativity up and rolling and like having a life and personality outside of work. Like I said, I still make time for like friends and family, but in terms of like my personal time to do things that like I want to do, for just like me, I still want to make that a priority again moving forward. For finance, so we've been saving for a home. We are probably going to sell our condo sometime next year. I bought this condo about 4 years ago, and we have really went back and forth about where we want to move. We've toured homes, we've done all this sort of stuff, but while we're preparing for that, we also are like obviously saving. So just continuing on the road for that. Next up is relationships. So I always had this goal of getting 6 hours of socialization per week. I know that probably sounds funny to some people, but by making that a goal, it makes sure that I like fill my calendar with social things, because once again, work can sometimes consume me and that's not good. So having a goal to make sure that I'm socializing is perfect. I want to start planning my birthday. I think I'm gonna do something a little bit different for my birthday this year, so we'll see. So I'm planning in the works for that. For relationships, I also want to plan a ski trip for me and my husband sometime in December, and if not December, January, because December's a little bit too early. We'll see. I've done a lot of research on this and I haven't quite decided. And then last for relationships is plan a longer trip in December. So last year we found that there's like this dead time between December and January, but we just kind of felt like everything was sort of blah. And so this year I'd really like to take that time to go do like a little trip. Not really sure what yet, still in the plannings of that, but that is kind of something that I want to kind of flesh out in November. Last category is reading. So I want to read 3 books this month. That's kind of low for me. I normally read more than that, but I just don't think it's gonna be doable for me, if I'm being honest. I read like maybe 1 to 2 books in October, so I just have not had time to read like I used to. And then last but certainly not least is I actually want to read the draft of Project Crown and begin implementing revisions. So I wrote my very first novel in the summer. I finished it in September and I put it aside so that I could actually like kind of forget about it, so I could go into revisions with a fresh start. And I picked it up over Labor Day weekend. When did I pick it up? I think I picked it up over Labor Day weekend to start revisions, but didn't finish it. And it's really best to kind of do your first draft or do draft 2 like all in one setting. So my goal is to do that sometime this month. So those are all my goals for the month of December. I think it's totally doable. I think I'm also gonna like print this out and like put it up somewhere so I can remember to like achieve these goals. I think that'll make it a little bit easier for me. So then yeah, anyways, those are all my goals. So for the second part of this video, I always like to talk about what my monthly favorites were for the month before. So for October, my favorite memory was going to Vermont with one of my best friends. It has been on my bucket list for forever to go to Vermont, peak foliage, and we did it this year and it was an absolutely amazing experience. I loved it. It was gorgeous. I am so happy that we did that trip. My favorite show this month was definitely Love is Blind. Garrett and Taylor are my favorite couple. They remind me of me and my husband, and yeah, that was just, oh, love it. And I just also love that it was based in DC too, so that just like was a little cherry on top. And then my favorite, I didn't have a favorite book this year, or I didn't have a favorite book this month because I honestly didn't read enough to have a favorite book, but I will share that the book I'm currently reading is So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. I think this is a perfect pre-Halloween book to read this type of year. She wrote Cackle, which I read last year and I really, really enjoyed. So when this book came out this year, which is about vampires, Cackle was about witches, I was like, you know what? This was like the perfect vibe, so I'm really glad I picked it up. So even though it was not my favorite book for the month of October, it is the book of choice that I had for myself for the month of October. And then last but not least is beauty. My favorite beauty item this month was this lipstick. It is the Maybelline 657 Nude. It's actually what I'm wearing right now. I think this is like a really great like lipstick for November time period. Perfect to wear to the office, for something casual. You can even wear it to dinner. Like, it's just a really good all-around lip color for this time of year. It's more like a mauve-y brown color. So big fan. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this November reset. It's been a month, guys, but I'm really looking forward to the upcoming holidays and for life just to kind of slow down. So if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because it really, really does help support my channel. And leave a comment below kind of how your month of October went, what you're looking forward in November. If you have any November fall book recs, I'm totally looking for some more. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.